Last day of July, 31st of July 2026. So, the song, I get one word, seen. Something's been seen, someone's been seen. Maybe you've been seen doing something, or you've seen somebody doing something, or somebody actually gets noticed, finally. Let's see. I keep getting I see you, but the one word is seen, and I've got the music, so I shall find it. 7th house of partnerships. Scorpio, death and rebirth, reproductive organs and shared resources, and Neptune, which is prisoners, bards, poets, musicians, creativity, institutions, also karma. So let's have a look then. What have we got today? Oh, we've got the Emperor. So it's a neutral card because it's today's card, but it's we need to have it in the upright, otherwise it's lack of self-esteem, lack of self-respect, and we don't like that, do we? So here we go, the Emperor. It's finally cooled down tonight. It's been warm again, very hot again, but it's finally getting breathable. There is the 4th pile. So oh dear, it's not a good prognosis so far. Oh dear. Oh my word. It's a very karmic situation. And it's about self-esteem or the lack of it. We don't have the moral high ground, or somebody doesn't. You're fighting a losing battle. But you have to be very clear in your mind and very clear about what you say and how you say it. Communicate well. It's also telepathy. But this could be someone that wears hats, so collects hats, or is many things to many people, so wears different hats. Can be a gardener or anybody that works at a bench or a desk. It can be anyone that works with blades, disc cups or wood. So for example, a chef, a joiner, a barista, and a cashier. The coins being the cashier, the discs, the wood being the joiner, the cups being the barista, and the swords being chefs, something like that, the sharp blades. But it doesn't have to be. 1 in 28, Doris and Martin. This is clear thinking. This is using your mind to manifest your own reality. Staying positive, because it's going to be sorely needed in this situation. We have the roses, we have the honeysuckle, we have the passion flower. It's hands, arms, shoulders, it's siblings, it's children, it's school days, it's Gemini. And we have Virgo, health issues, hospital doors, working too many hours, working yourself into the ground for material things. 2 people born in the year of the dog, 2 people born in the year of the snake, negative energy. You are not listening to your gut instinct, and spirit can't help you till you do. So the truth must be spoken. The truth will set you free. Use that sword to sever ties. Blunt communications, sharp words, harsh words, sharp tongue, but it is true. Somebody's being found out, so somebody's being seen, stealing credit, stealing somebody's identity maybe, or taking credit for what somebody else has done, things that go on in the dark. Losing everything on a gamble. He's shut out in the cold because he refuses to acknowledge his faith, because in the church he would be warm. He'd rather gamble in the streets and stay cold. Feeling lonely, feeling homeless, whether you are in a home or not, feeling isolated, exiled, and a woman scorned. So Aquarius energy, somebody who is either mentally ill, not clear of mind, and cannot be trusted, especially a professional, doctor, priest or lawyer, in decision making, because they are broken and they make bad decisions. And then we have today's card in the negative, so lack of self-esteem, lack of self-respect. Through all this, we have to stay positive and speak our truth, no matter what. It could be a mother and a child there. 7 weeks, 7 days. Yeah, so we have Gemini and Virgo, the most important. So Mars in Gemini, Uranus in Gemini, and Venus in Virgo. You have Ceres in Gemini, and that small amount of Aquarius, we've got Pluto ascended and Juno. Aquarius is in the first house, so you have to be facing your north node, being your true self. Gemini's in the 5th house of things that go on in the dark, and Virgo's in the 8th house, which is Scorpio's house of death and rebirth, reproductive organs and shared resources. Dear. Five years, possibly, this. So 9 and 27 is negative. 1 and 28 is positive. The 9 and 27, we have Walter, Millie, Darren, Michael, Susan, Julie, Reese and Chantel. Number 10 now is positive. Somebody doesn't have the moral high ground. Run of good luck, the wheel turns in our favour again. It's up and down like a bloody yo-yo now. But there is battles. The 10 is Jacqueline, she was mentioned in the song yesterday. Daniel and, not Daniel, sorry. I say it every time, don't I? Jacqueline, Richard and Oscar. So take Daniel if you can take it. If it's important, because it doesn't come out for no reason. The answer is no. You must not celebrate yet, because there is a battle to be performed, and in the next 8 days, so 7 to 8 days, there is going to be something out of the blue to astonish you. A key, perhaps, to a property, and more knife crime, more. I can't believe we're getting numb to it now, but we should never get numb to it. This is a battle for lost souls. There is a bloodbath. There is some sort of even terrorist attack. This is vicious, evil. Someone wants to win at all costs. They don't care how they win this battle as long as they do, and they will take credit for anything they can. They are liars, thieves, vagabonds. What they don't realise is no one will win this and everyone will regret it for 5 weeks. There's abandonment issues here. Somebody feels orphaned, alone, and a decision has to be made. Take off the blindfold. Don't be in denial. Don't try and protect others, but be sure of your facts. There is fear of the future here. Richard, Katie and Zoe. Putting things off until tomorrow that should be done today. You'll be caught out if you don't take action. Something very prominent. London especially. Don't hold on to people, things, situations. Don't be greedy. Don't be stubborn. What's yours will always be yours. Let go and go with the flow. Alice. Don't be narrow-minded. 4 years. And there it is again. The heartbreak, the sorrow, the loss, the separation, mental illness, viciousness, minor surgery perhaps, somebody sticking the knives in the back. If you act in haste, you'll repent at leisure, but there is some unfinished business here that has to be sorted. Knowledge gained, Sagittarius. So Sagittarius is the only energy we've got there, but it's external to the situation because it's outside the read. So, have we got any Sagittarius? It's in the 11th house of hopes, wishes and dreams. This unfinished business. Somebody's heart has been broken. Or there are heart issues. Seven to 8 days. Something out of the blue. So stay positive. Remember they told us about a week ago that the shit was going to hit the fan, and we had to remember that after that comes good things. And they're giving us the ace. That is a full cup. They're making you very happy, or you're making yourself very happy. Follow the love is what they're saying. Don't listen to the past. The past will try and drag you back. Follow the gift of love, unconditional love for yourself and for others. 1 month. A full cup. Somebody here is finding it hard. Oh, got too many cards there. Finding it hard to walk away because of their positive mindset. They always think things are going to get better. Holding on to things because eventually it's gonna work out. Something isn't working. It's miserable and it's making you ill. Again, that 9 and 27, massively important. Spirit can't help us with this. We have to make the decision first. We've got it there. Mercury retrograde. We've just come out of that, so we can't be on another one. But somebody is holding you by the short and careless. They think they've got you over a barrel. Financially, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, or physically, they are trying to blackmail you into staying somewhere that's not good for your health. There is a bond that cannot be broken no matter what. Like I said, what's yours will always be yours. And you should not fear the future. Feel the fear and do it anyway. The number 22 is both positive and negative. Yes, the future is not going to be all rosy, but it's a new adventure and it should be seen as such. It can't be worse than where you are now. So We need a new team. The team that you've got is not working. Red flags all over this. Anything new that's just been started, especially if it was done during retrograde, isn't working. And there is going to be battles that you have to stand up for yourself in. There's a lot of impatience here, acting in haste, repenting at leisure. So somebody did something possibly during Mercury retrograde, started a new business or a new life or whatever, and it's not quite working out the way you're supposed to. Let's have a look. Seventh house, partnerships, open enemies. Libra, the lines, the marital home, relationships, matrimony, partnerships, unity, other people projecting their feelings and their wants and needs onto you, public enemies and lawsuits. The problem here is when the self meets another, you see in others a reflection of yourself, and some are in search of a mother or father substitute. We've got karmic issues and Scorpio in Neptune. Neptune in Scorpio, sorry. This placement carries the edge to sublimate personal power into religious or spiritual experiences, but is subject to delusion. So somebody's mind is, it's mental illness and possibly like a devout Catholic or something like that. Escapism tendencies are heightened. Hidden secrets revealed. Extreme cruelty is possible. Yes, there's the extreme cruelty. Definitely possible. Unfortunately, so somebody is seeking revenge and they will do everything they can to make you miserable. Even if that means staying and not walking away, just to make you suffer. Lagos in the reverse. So that is the waves, the sea. Going with the flows, this water, sea, fertility source, the healing power of renewal, life energy, organic growth, imagination and psychic matters. It's negative. It's in the reverse. So Lagos, what number is Lagos? #21. It's about spiritual love, safe harbours. So spirit will give you fair winds, but they will not hoist your sail for you. You're going to have to do it yourself. They can't help you with this one. You have to make a choice. And once you do, then they can. Lagos. The inverted meaning is not a very long one. So, seashells. We have plenty of seashells there. It's the welling stream, the broad geyser, and the land of fish. The letter L. As the word of the rune poem implies, Lagos is the rune of water. It is closely connected with tides, so high tide, low tide, both those that occur in the sea and those that are found in the human heart. There's the heart. So waves in your heart, waves of sorrow, waves of happiness. The shape of the upright rune denotes the swelling tide, while it's inverted. So this is the ebbing tide. So when the tide is low tide, almost exclusively of the sea, at least semi-aquatic in nature. In the animal kingdom, the otter, I can't remember what that was, and the seal are prominent. Its birds are the gulls. So look up that as animal term and as the Native American bear sign. And the cormorant, so strike. Even its symbolic tree, the willow that weeps, is often found on the banks of lakes, pools and streams. Of course, the sleek ships of the Vikings fell under the auspicious, indeed do seashells. Although the seafaring race of the north worshipped some fearsome deities who dwelt in the depths, they also looked to a more kindly god called Njord to lend them a helping hand. Njord was one of the elemental Vanir gods and the father of Frey and Freya, so twins. Although he and his wife or sister, Nerthus, are rather obscure figures that lack the wild glamour of such gods as Thor and Odin, they were credited with providing sustenance from the sea, so fishermen perhaps, and also, or even a fishmonger, also from the earth. Nerthus was more concerned with the abundance of crops, while Njord provided good fishing and fair weather for sailing, because Njord was also married to Skadi, the goddess who lent her name to Scandinavia. The gentle sea god can also be regarded as a deity of fjords, safe inlets and harbours. This rune, inverted, is overly emotional and disturbing. So that's why we've got the 9 cups empty. If you draw luggers in the inverted position, it could denote that you are being too assertive. Demanding immediate results in an aggressive manner is counterproductive. You may be cursing fate for some misfortune and drowning your sorrows with alcohol, possibly. Try to be more logical, exercise more patience because you've got a lack of it, and a little more above all, be calm. So don't get yourself into a tizzy over something. That's not going to help anybody. 3 days, they said, and we've got 3 days there. So 3 days, if you've got a decision to make, sleep on it. Don't let people wind you up because they want a knee-jerk reaction. They want you to react emotionally so they can say that you are mentally ill or put you down in some way. I can hear somebody saying it. You are sick. Sick in the head. Not a nice thing to say. Oh, there we go, the 18. The moonflower. So it blooms late afternoon. It doesn't bloom during the day, the moonflower. And it is reversed, unfortunately. The moonflower. 18. So 18 is our Frank and Patrick card in the tarot, isn't it? And the Twin Towers, so September the 11th, which is Virgo. The Moon and Venus. Moonflower is relative of morning glory, and while both thrive in full sun and heat, the moonflower only opens in the afternoon and remains open in the late evening. Unlike the sunrise greeting the morning glory, sadly, its beautifully scented blooms only last a day and a night before withering. But as it blooms, it attracts nocturnal visitors such as the moth, and the moths are attracted by bats, granting its association with the dark underworld goddess. Today's witches use it as a lunar herb in moon magic for clear and prophetic dreams, so that could be possible with the magician there. So look to your dreams and take a note of them. Find out what they mean, but don't look for the Freudian meaning, look for the spiritual meaning. Opening to psychic powers, that's twice its mentioned date, and enhancing divination. All vines are associated with the ancestors, rising up from the depths to reach us. The heart-shaped leaves, so the heart again, are associated with the heart, causing it to be used in love and lust spells. But what do we know? When true love walks in the building, these spells will be broken. attracting love just as the scent of the flower attracts moths for pollination. Spiritually, Moonflower is the keeper of the lunar mysteries of life, death, and rebirth. Scorpio, well done, Spirit. As the flower only lasts a day, it helps us make peace with impermanence, so nothing lasts forever, and like the fallen seeds, the promise of renewal and return, because it follows a nocturnal pattern, something antithetical to mainstream society. So rebellion and going on in the dark. Underworld, maybe. Let's see. So a return may be. It follows a nocturnal path, something antithetical to mainstream society, mostly working by daylight. It encourages us to find out our own rhythms, patterns and creativity in the night. As a flower essence, Moonflower is said to help us with the issues of abandonment and betrayal. There it is. Someone feeling betrayed and abandoned, and they're out for revenge. Things we did not see coming, yet something out of the blue, as the moon's light often casts an illusion as much as it illuminates, depending on how clear we are with our emotions. So we have to get in charge of our emotions. Moonflower asks us to make peace with the ethereal and the impermanent in the reverse. So remember that nothing lasts forever, this too shall pass. All things change, die and renew. A heart-shaped leaves urge us to open the heart and take a deep breath of peace. We need to see the world clearly and enjoy all the pleasures we have when we have them, for tomorrow might not be there. So, open in my own time, in my own way, but live in the now, because the past is over and the future's not promised. So make the most of it. Don't live in regret, is what they're saying. I'll put them there, folks. They don't belong there. And here's the Arrow Master. So it's not a sword, it's an arrow, but it is the number 10. If you don't shoot, you'll never score. Hitting the mark. Intentions, but detachment is needed. You must be detached from the outcome. Just say what you think, say what you mean, and don't worry about the outcome. The outcome is fated. So if you think about, you stand there thinking about what the other person's going to say and everything, rather than speaking your truth, that's the only thing that you need to do, is speak your truth and then go with the flow, see what happens. So the Arrow Master appears to help you target your intentions, to decide what you want, and teaches you how to shoot straight for the stars. So don't think small, think big. The message is to be deliberate about focusing on your dreams and desires with intention, and about aligning your intentions with spirit. So don't just talk about it, do it. Then let them fly on the wind, directed by spirit, until they reach your goal, which they will. If you believe, if you know that spirit are there and they are trying to help you, the only way to hit your target is to allow the arrow of your intention to fly unencumbered by your eagerness to see it travel exactly the way you want it to go. So no stamping your feet, no saying it's got to be this way, my way or the highway. You may think it needs to veer a certain way to reach your goal, but in the invisible realm, human powers cannot make this happen. The divine has its own idea of how the arrow will fly and upon which wind it is carried. Nonetheless, if you don't shoot, you will never score. This is a fortunate message as long as you remember the law of detachment. If you do, then be assured that you will be right on point. So you can't decide, you can decide what you want, but you can't decide how you're going to get there. You can't decide if it's going to be easy. You can't decide if it will profit you. You've just got to do what makes you happy, and then Spirit will see to the rest. And a lot of you just don't like letting go of control. Let go, go with the flow. Just be. That's what life is supposed to be about. Just be you. Nothing more, nothing less. And those that don't like it won't hang about. Those that do like it are your tribe. So, just be yourself. Oh, and there it is again. Tomorrow is very important. The number 11. So we've got 10 and 11. But this is Lugna Sad, or whatever his name is. So it's Love Mass tomorrow. And he is the horned one. Number 11. So not just the PM, but the Chancellor's Exchequer as well. So, Lugna Sad, August the 1st, tomorrow, is the Celtic cross-quarter holy day that welcomes the beginning of autumn. The crop is ripe and ready for gathering, and all ours have been done early because of the weather. At this time of year, the horned god becomes a symbol of sacrifice. Neptune. The grain cut down for bread, the seeds returned to the earth for the next year's harvest. Also known as Lammas or Loaf Mass, the day is celebrated by baking bread, and I'll be baking some tomorrow, and eating it in a mindful way, acknowledging its ancient tradition of holiness. This is in reverse, so sacrifices must be made willingly if they are to have spiritual or magical effects. The tongue's not working today. Don't let anyone push you to offer more than you are ready to give. Offerings, cycles, sacrifice. I offer myself at the altar of service. So give freely without expecting anything back. And if you can't do that, or you don't want to do that, then don't. But if you are intending on finding your tribe, that's what you do. How are you withholding your gifts from the world? So someone is staying put in misery rather than going forward to a new adventure. Let's have a look. So Daniel is important now, the number 11's there, and Casey. Look at that. My life is rich in every way. That doesn't mean financially. So happiness, really? There it is, I'm on top of the world. How fantastic is that? You have to have courage, because the strength card is having the strength and the courage to go forward. Do not be your own worst enemy. Spirit are giving you fair winds. You are seen. They see everything, as in the song. Hoist your own sail. Thanks for listening. Speak soon. Bye-bye.